Hi, welcome to the Improved Garage YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed, please click the subscribe button. Alright, next in the unboxing list, we have the Lenovo, this is a ThinkCentre M75q Gen 2. So I have the first gen M75q right over there. That's what I use for my computer here. That device is it's a Ryzen 3000 series. It's got 16 gigs of RAM and it's got a 256 gig SSD in it. And I use it all day, every day. It's kind of overkill for the garage, to be perfectly honest with you, but I work for an IT company, so you know, I try to have nicer things that work a little bit better. So this is the M75q Gen 2. So these are, you know, really nice machines. We've probably sold 300 of them and installed them at client sites, and they've just been very, very good. So to start off, we've got in the box this, and this. So we'll get the box out of the way here. So the spec that we chose here is it's a Ryzen, I'll have to look it up. It's a Ryzen 4000 series. It has 8 gigs of RAM and it has a 256 NVMe SSD in it. So here's the actual chassis itself. That's what it looks like. On the back side of it, we've got two display ports, one here, one here. We've got an HDMI, and then we've got 4 high-speed or super-speed USB ports, as well as a gigabit Ethernet. We've got a spot for an antenna, for a Wi-Fi antenna. We've got a power connector right here. That's where it gets power from. On the front, there's a USB and a headset and a super speed USB-C connector. So back this back up just so nothing happens to it. In this box is a keyboard. It's a Lenovo keyboard. It's actually a nice mechanical keyboard. They have a really good feel to them. They're easy to type on. It's full size. It has full size keys. It's got adjustable height, so you can put different angles on it. And it's got a number pad. Then in this box, there are other accessories. So there's a basic mouse. It's got a wheel on it, and it's, you know, optical mouse. There's a power cable with a power brick in here. This is a Wi-Fi antenna, and then this is a stand to stand it on your desk, so that when it's, you know, when you're actually using it on your desk, it looks like that. Now, it's a mini computer. Mini computers are a little limited because of a couple things. You know, they have a small case, so they can only deal with so much heat. They can't put an external graphics card in them. You can't add a whole bunch of hard drives. But the processors and memory and operating systems have gotten so efficient over the last couple of years that you really don't need a lot of that stuff anymore in most situations. So, you know, 90% of our customers could use a machine like that all day, every day without any issues. You know, the Ryzen is super powerful. The 8 gigs of RAM is more than enough for your average office worker. You can bump it to 16 gigs. It actually has 2 slots in it. And it's got a single 8 gig stick in it, so you can just add an 8 gig stick to it. It's got the 256 NVMe in it, but you can add a 2.5-inch drive. There's a free bay in there that when you take the lid off, you can just plug a 2.5-inch drive in there. So, you know, you could add a 2 terabyte drive and have like a, you know, a 256 with your C drive on it and a 2 terabyte drive with your rest of your stuff on it, you know, music or videos or whatever you might need. The The big thing that I like about Ryzen, and we switched to them as a company from Intel, is that the graphics cards that are built into the Ryzens are significantly better than the Intel integrated graphics. Significantly. So what we saw was when people are running the Intel chipsets, like if they've got an i5 9500 or an i5 10000 or whatever, the built-in Intel chipsets, and they're running 2 or 3 displays, when they open things that are graphical in nature, whether it's a website that has an ad on the right-hand side, or a somebody sends them a Giphy in Slack or in Teams, those things tend to make the CPU go through the roof because the graphics processing is offloaded to CPU on the Intels. On the Ryzens, they have a little Radeon chip in them that handles all of the graphics. So because of that, they have significantly better graphics performances. Like we see 2 to 3x the graphics performance on a Ryzen. And they hit the CPU way less than the Intel ones do. So they can just deal with more multitasking, more applications open, media-rich environments, those types of things a lot better. I wouldn't use them for drafting or CAD. I would probably use them though for like Adobe Photoshop or Illustrator, those kinds of things, unless you were doing tons and tons of media editing and you wanted something that did, hardware level H.265 encoding or something like that, which these can do. They just can't do it as fast as a dedicated graphics card could. But they're super small. And Lenovo makes a wall mount for them, so you can actually mount it right on the wall. You can mount it to the back of your monitor with the VESA mount that you normally use to like mount your monitor on the wall. But they sit on your desk nicely, and they don't really take up much space, and they're just really, really nice units. So I've sold a ton of them, been really happy with them. We haven't had any come back because of like warranty or thermal or any sort of issues. They've just been really, really solid. And like I said, we've probably sold 300 or 400 of them without issues. And it's nothing, like, truthfully, we've done it with the HPs too. HP, like a ProDesk 405 with the Ryzen, same deal. They're good units and they work really well. I think Lenovo is a little bit better than the HPs in terms of the build quality, the upgradability, and like the included peripherals. The keyboard's way better on the Lenovo, but the HPs are really good too. So, thanks for watching. Have a great day.